This is part 2 of our Outback Road Trip. We're heading across to Brewarrina, Bourke, Byrock and Cobar. Yeah, just coming into the town of Brewarrina. Quite a big town. And we're just about to cross the Bourke River, just up here. And on your left, there's a free camp. Just down there on the river, you'll see some caravans just on your left as you cross the river. Could be a bit noisy. We've stayed there a few times, wasn't too bad. Yeah, this is the main street of Brewarrina, and when you're here you must stop at the Muddy Waters Cafe. Great cakes and coffee, and there's a lot of art along the wall there by John Murray, the famous artist of Lightning Ridge. He's done some great artwork along there, also over in the park on the public toilet area. So yeah, it's a must stop there. Have a look around. Yeah, the Brewarrina Bridge, it's the second oldest lift span bridge in New South Wales. It's a must see. Yeah, when you're passing through Brewarrina, it's a must to get out to the weir where the Bourke River is. It's a great spot. Also, there's fish traps out there from the indigenous people. So yeah, it's well worth a look. Yeah, we're making our way across to Bourke. Quite an interesting road. There's some black soil, it's all black soil country through there, and there's some very large plains out there, quite a few kangaroos around, lots of wildlife, dead pigs, and yeah, the place is looking pretty good after all the rain. Yeah, we did a roadside stop on the plains just before we come into Bourke. It was absolutely beautiful. We had a great sunset too. Yeah, just turning into the main street of Bourke. It's a pretty quiet town. They have some really nice old buildings in the place. We're just making our way down to the wharf. There's a really nice coffee shop and down there, right on the Darling River. So yeah, just down through the main street and turn right, takes you down to the wharf. It's not a bad little spot for morning tea. Yeah, this area was once the largest inland port in Australia back in the 1800s. Yeah, this is a free stay out at Mays Bend, North Bourke. It's right on the Darling River. Stayed there a few times. It's not a bad spot. Can be a bit dusty. Also can get crowded sometimes. But yeah, well worth a visit out that way. Yeah, this is the back of Bourke Exhibition Centre and Visitors Centre. You can get coffee here, and it's a really good. That's a really good stuff inside the building, and a fair bit of art. You can walk around the external area. It's quite interesting. It's a must-stop when you're travelling through Bourke. Yeah, there's a dump point here at the information centre, and also you can get potable water. Yeah, when you're in Bourke, it's a must to get down and have a look at the North Bourke Bridge, historic bridge. It is the oldest bridge in Australia with a lifting span. This was to allow paddle steamers to pass through. Also, it was made in England and barged up to Bourke, so it's well worth a look. And another way, a good way to see it is to jump on the Jandra paddle steamer that leaves North Bourke twice a day. It's a great little trip. It goes under the bridge and along the Darling River. This is the old weir at Bourke. It's great to see the water flowing on the Darling. Beautiful. Yeah, we stopped at the cemetery to have a look at Fred Hollow's memorial gravesite in Bourke. Yeah, there's a large painted water tower when leaving Bourke. It was painted by John Murray, the famous artist of Lightning Ridge. It's very well done. Down the Mitchell Highway to Byrock now. There's lots of cotton around the place, and on the right hand side used to be a large abattoir at Bourke, huge, but it's closed up now, but it's an old ruin, so it's on your right hand side heading towards Byrock. Yeah, the country's looking pretty good after all the rain we've had. Yeah, we made our way down to Byrock and we're staying at the Mulga Creek Hotel. There's a campground out the back. It's not free, but it's cheap. And have a look around. Apparently the meals are absolutely great. And this is the old railway station that used to be. There used to be the trains that run up to Bourke, and an old water tower there. But yeah, Mulga Creek, it's a thriving pub. Quite a few people were staying out the back. We stayed out there. It cost $15 a night, which wasn't too bad. But we're going to go and visit the Byrock rock holes tomorrow morning before we leave. But yeah, it's not a bad spot at all. Nice and quiet. Yeah, I put the drone up to have a look around the place. Lots of mulga scrub and red dirt. So, and that's the there's cabins down there. and there's the shower and toilets are really good, nice and hot. Lots of places to stay and camp, but quite a few kangaroos getting around the place. Not a bad stop at all. Yeah, this is the rock holes at Byrock. It was used by the indigenous people. It's sort of granite rock that's water holding. But yeah, an interesting place to have a look around. It's just on the road from Byrock to Cobar. And it's a good road out there, bitumen all the way. There's a lot more to see on this road than going straight from Bourke down to Cobar. So yeah, quite interesting spot. Yeah, this is the road heading into Cobar now. It's quite a big town, it's a thriving town, lots of tourists stop off here before they make their way either up north or over towards Broken Hill Way. But yeah, the town is absolutely thriving. I think that's mainly due to the lots of caravans and free camps and stays in the Cobar area. Yeah, just coming up to Cobar now, the old mine site there with the Cobar sign on it now. There's toilets here and there's also a dump point, and there is quite a few people who camp just here at this sign, as this bloke here has done. You can free camp just there. It's too noisy, but you're able to camp there. And we're coming up to there's a mining museum. Well worth a visit. There it is there, and you go in there. It's a great look. It's plenty to see. Really well done. Yeah, we stayed the night out at Glenhope Station. It's a free camp, there's free firewood. Stayed there for one night, and yeah, it's a great spot. The owner come around at a bit of a yarn, but it's not a bad place to stop. It's about 2-3 k's just out of Cobar. Yeah, make sure when you're in Cobar, go out to the open cut mine, Fort Bourke. It's very interesting to have a look at to see what goes on. But yeah, well worth a visit out there, Fort Bourke. Yeah, we left Glenhope Station after a couple of days over there and headed over to the reservoir, which is about 2 kilometres out of Cobar. There's lots of great places to stop at here, right on the water. There's no facilities here, so you need to be self-contained. It's a bitumen road right out to where the reservoir is, so you got no trouble at all. But yeah, well worth a visit out there. It's a great place to set yourself up for a few days and explore Cobar. Leave your caravan and duck into town, get some coffee and cakes, But yeah, well worth the spot. Also, you can walk out to this indigenous area, Devil Rock, and have a look around. It's an interesting little place. But yeah, what a spot. It's a credit to Cobar. No wonder they're getting all the tourists to stop there. Yeah, that's the end of this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We're continuing on with our Outback journey.